You want details? Fine. I drive a Ferrari 355 Cabriolet. What's up? I have a ridiculous house in the South Fork. I have every toy you can possibly imagine. And best of all, kids, I am liquid. So, now you know what's possible. Let me tell you what's required.
Okay, life advice, rr@gmail.com. I'll do two quick ones here. All right, big fan of the show over in Dublin, 20 years old, huge Colts and Spurs fan. Okay. Hey, odd combo, but you're in Dublin. Nobody's judging. Here's the situation. Been in a relationship for 2 years, and things are going pretty perfectly between us, except for one thing. She got a dog 1 year ago. 2-year relationship, got the dog a year ago, and the dog is really, really annoying. We're both 20 and live with our parents. And I try to see her in my house as much as possible, but I go up to her house pretty regularly too. So the first few months when the dog was a puppy, he was obviously very needy, would whine, bark excessively, was overall a bit annoying, but it was cute, and the dog would grow out of it, right? All caps, wrong. Fast forward 1 year and the dog has gotten worse. If anything, I can't watch a movie with my girlfriend without having to pause it 10 times because the dog wants to go outside or play or will just bark randomly for 2 minutes at any given moment. We can't relax and eat food around him because he will literally try his hardest to jump on you and get to the food. God, I hated that in school. Even when it's on the table, he won't sleep in his bed, will only sleep beside me and my girlfriend, which is a huge problem, as I'm sure you can imagine. Don't we? We get it, buddy. And if we leave him in a room by himself, he will start whining and scratching doors. And also, whenever I go up to her house, he pisses himself out of excitement when he sees me. So all in all, not great, Bob. My girlfriend seems to think it's cute that he's so needy and treats the dog like a child. I'm starting to really get annoyed by the dog, and I don't think she picks up on that. So my question is, do I just put up with the dog, let things be, pretend to like him in front of my girlfriend, which I've been doing as it's not exactly an issue that will make or break the relationship? Or do I say to her, risk a huge argument about this damn dog when she feels insecure about him and doesn't want me around him anymore? Thanks. All right, look, you're not going to win this. I doubt. I think in the history of man versus dog in a relationship, I don't know that pretty sure the dog's undefeated. I'm with you. I don't. That's the downside of the dog. Like, dogs that absolutely suck. She obviously did a terrible job training him and has let all these bad habits happen. And that's brutal. But basically, relationships are all about sacrifice. There are going to be things that you're not going to always like. Nobody's going to be aligned 100% here. I would bail in a second. I don't care who the fuck the girl was. I would not live with a dog like that. I did it for 2 years and I hated it and it sucked. And when they eat your food, I'm like, oh, he's so cute though. Oh, that's just not, that wouldn't work. But you seem to really like her, but I don't know if you can tell her. I would just tell her and be like, hey, this kind of sucks. But like, I don't like, are you afraid that in the future your relationship's going to be strained because she hates your dog, or she knows that you hate her dog? It'd be like dating somebody who has a kid from a previous marriage. And you're like, your kid is kind of ugly. Like, as he gets older, he's not very good looking. He's going to be in like a 5 in high school. I would probably go over less than the dog part of it, but yeah, I mean, she did an awful job with the dog, and now the dog is a mess, and she must think it's cute. Maybe our friend in Dublin, maybe that's a sign. I don't want to project too much, but would she be a bad mom now?
Can you like late in life train something like that, or is it a mess once they're
supposedly set? You can. Yeah, supposedly you can. I don't know. I don't watch any of those dog whisperer shows.
I was gonna say this might be an email for the dog whisperer instead of life advice.
Well, of course he's gonna say it. I mean, none of those guys that do this stuff for a living. Like, how often do you have a guy who specializes in one industry that's like, yeah, actually, I can't help. It's like, again, like any real estate agent. Oh, did you ever sell a house? No, it was on the market. Well, let me list it. Like, oh, really? Because you have a completely different group of people in the same town that didn't want to buy my house the first time in the same city, that now you have access to all these other people in the same city that already saw my house listed for that long on Zillow. Like, but you're going to sell it. Yeah, Sean, I don't know. It's up to you. You got to figure out pretty quickly here. Do you like her more than the dog? And if you do, then you're going to have to suck it up and you're going to have a terrible dog with your family and weird kids that have no discipline. I'm just kidding. All right. A female email. We don't get many of those, and we appreciate it. This is from, well, we'll leave the name out of this. Hi. Oh, there she goes. Hi, my name is, but I'd rather you leave my last name out of this. Okay, so let's call her Katie. All right. 37, single. have a job I love and I'm really good at it, but I also feel like I've lacked some work-life balance. So I decided to try online dating. With COVID happening, I'm not exactly hanging out in places where I'd meet new people. Well, okay. I matched with a guy that I messaged a bit for a few days, and he asked me if we could meet up. I told him I would want to video chat or at least talk on the phone before I would feel comfortable meeting up. He originally said that was no problem, and I suggested some times that didn't fit his schedule. Like, look, first of all, red flag there. If he doesn't have time to jump on a FaceTime for 5 minutes and he's pursuing you, male or female, the other way around, that's weird. It's like all those catfish shows where you go, you talk to this guy for email for 14 months and Venmoed him money for a tire repair and you never once. Yeah, she's like, well, he said he hadn't upgraded his phone. You're like, okay. I saw one where it was like, the girl was from Minneapolis, worked at a mall kiosk, and she thought she was dating an Abercrombie model from Laguna. And she's like, I don't know why. I don't know how it didn't work out. All right, so Katie, that's a major, major flag there. They didn't have time to get on a video chat for a couple of days. A few days later, he pushed the idea again of meeting in person. I told him I was getting a feeling that it wasn't going to be a good idea because I wouldn't feel comfortable meeting up after a couple of days of texting in general. Yes, you are right, Katie. You are normal. Good for you. I'm even more concerned about it in a pandemic because we hadn't talked at all about our thoughts on masks, hanging out outside, etc. I would want a better idea of those things to make sure someone is taking precautions. Again, excellent points. He got angry. All right, well, then you should just stop talking to him. He got angry and he told me I was probably secretly in a relationship and was playing games with him. Things escalated in a weird way from there. Oh, so we have screenshots of text threads. This interaction popped a bunch of red flags for me, but I know that men and women often react differently to conversations like this. So I'm curious what your thoughts are. Thanks. Okay, let's check out. This is amazing. Okay, so here's her text. So I'm going to wish you well. Thanks for taking the time to talk to me about it, but I think it's just better if we call it. That was her text to him. So he responds, well, how about you've made that clear, so that's fine. You can bring it up when you're ready. I can see you have some real issues. No problem. In me, I never run out of options. Okay, by the way he's spelling some words and some of the punctuation that are also red flags, but this text one is bad. Text 2 is brutal. He also says, I bet my life you're in a relationship already, and that's why you're scary. Be gone then. Your game level is heavy. Be gone, all caps, exclamation point. The location of whatever town they're from is edited out. So blank location is small. You'll see me one day and you'll realize you outwitted yourself from a hell of a prize. All right, this guy sucks. Obviously. I wonder if there's anyone listening to this be like, oh, she screwed up. Sounds like a good dude. She texts back, thanks. I always second guess my instincts. Am I not giving someone a chance? Should I have ignored my gut when something here feels off? But you cut right to the chase, so that saves me that doubt. Appreciate it. Yeah, his response is like 7 in a row. Yeah, you're an overthinker. I'm a doer. 2 different types. You get anxiety from a me. You need a lot. He misspells a lot of coaxing to be rid of that fear. You're a candidate for my program, Build a Better You. God, he sucks more after every single text. This is impossible to suck any more than this. Could he possibly, with a third screenshot, be even worse? Let's see. You're a candidate for my program, Build a Better You. Have a do me perspective. Get you some power. A gun. Get you in the gym. All right, well, that's a fair point. Okay, I'm done. Can you please stop texting now? She says. Lord knows how you keep yourself busy if you don't have kids. Okay, bye. Yeah. You know what my major concern with this, other than this guy sucks and sounds like an absolute loser, like he's a 0 on a scale of 1 to 100, is that, Katie, you had to email me to ask if you read this wrong? That bums me out for you. Like, yeah, we can, like, some of us are overthinkers. I'm an overthinker. You are an overthinker. Some people have put zero thought into anything. Sometimes I'd rather be on that end, but I know long term, I'm glad I think about things a lot. But I don't want you to have, like, I'm afraid that wherever your situation in previous dating, maybe some things have probably gone, if you're 37, you've probably dated some people and it hasn't worked out. Almost every one of us have, but trust your gut quicker, trust your instincts quicker, because this guy, anybody that doesn't want to meet up with you on a video call, that's a problem. Now, all of you out there, if you're meeting people on apps or whatever, and you can't get a video call or some sort of live, not just a picture, because it'd be a screen grab. I know girls that send pictures to guys of like their other people. Not like, you can't keep that going for a long time, but you get my point. Yeah, I just don't want you to ever like hesitate. It sounds like you spent a little bit of time going, oh, did I read this wrong? Do I regret this? I know you even say in the email, like, I know men and women often react differently to conversations like this. There's only one way to react to that guy's text, and that's to just put him on ice forever, block the number, and that's it. That guy's awful. So trust yourself more and trust your gut, because your gut was right. I just don't want you to ever have to second guess any kind of interaction with somebody that terrible. Okay, please subscribe, rate, and review. We got a really cool setup coming for Friday's podcast, but I don't want to tease it yet because I'm not sure if it's all the way booked, but that's what we'll be doing. Again, please subscribe. Numbers have been great for the podcast, especially these last few weeks. And as always, thank you.